Welcome everybody to the CRM User Group Information and Orientation webinar. My name is Brian Ersted. I want to thank the TM Group for letting me present today on the CRM User Group and all the great things we're doing here to get people involved and engaged and to maximize your dynamic CRM solution. So thanks for joining. A little background on me. I've been with the user group for about 3 years now. And before that, I was with Microsoft for 5 years, working in the Dynamics existing customer space with ERP and CRM customers. So it's great to be at the user group and continue to working with Dynamics customers such as yourself. So we will jump right into it here. So a quick agenda, what we'll be talking about today. I'll start off a little history of the user group and why we're in place and why you might want to get involved in everything you can do, and move into our member programs and how you can take advantage of the user group. And throughout this whole presentation, I'll be navigating the CRM user group site, so showing you where to go on our website and how to take advantage of all the great benefits. And at the end, we'll talk about some next steps and what you can do to some go-dos and what you can do with the user group and how you can get involved to really maximize that involvement. Now, who out there recognizes this picture? If you're thinking to yourself the popular 80s sitcom Cheers, then you are correct. And if you remember this show, what people did was get together after a long, hard day's work and at a local establishment called Cheers, and they would talk about their day. They would talk about their struggles, what went well, what didn't go well, and they really became a community. And they got to know each other, know each other's names, as the song says. But that's kind of what I like to compare the user groups to, is you get to, you get involved with all the activities that we put on. You really do get to know each other. You get to know your names. You get to become a community, and you get your questions answered. You talk about what's working well with your CRM solution, what's not working well, and that carries on, and you develop some lifelong friends, really, and also great networking business contacts throughout your career. So the user group, definitely a little comparison here to the Cheers show. Not that our meetings are held in bars like Cheers is, but if you want it to be, that's the beautiful thing, is it's up to chapter leaders on where they want to meet and how they want to conduct their meetings, so you certainly could go that route. So I do like to compare Cheers to the user groups, and it seems to be a nice little fit there. Okay, so about the CRM user group, a little history. We were founded in 2008, but the story of the user groups goes back much before that. Back in 2004, our owner, his name was Andy Hafer. He was a Dynamics AX customer, so one of the ERP products, and he was at a Microsoft Convergence event and up on stage doing a customer panel and just loving the networking he was getting, meeting other CIOs, talking to Microsoft, and at the end of it, he really wanted to carry that on and continue to learn from other users, other CIOs out there. So they got together for breakfast the next morning and had some great discussions. And then, some people in the local area got together, met for lunch a week later, and then they continued to do that, and it built on that. And they had more and more people show up, and they finally realized, we got something here. There's an interest, there's a need to get users together and to learn from each other. And a year later, they had their first small conference with some users and some presenters and sponsors, and in a hotel. They had a couple sponsors in the hotel lobby or hotel hallway. Started small. That conference is now growing to, we're gonna be around 7,000 to 8,000 people this year for that summit conference. So started from small, from users getting together, and now it's growing into something really big, and we got a nice thing going here at the user groups. We're not Microsoft, first of all. We're called Dynamic Communities is the company name, but we're recognized by Microsoft with an alliance agreement as being the official user group. So Microsoft relies on us, a third party, to run the user group, unbiased opinions. It's just exactly what users want. We will get Microsoft involved when it makes sense, when there's time to give feedback on their solutions, or to give Microsoft a chance to talk about the roadmap and what's coming down the pipe for the CRM product. Certainly Microsoft will be involved too. But you can see some numbers there. Over 6,000 company members, over 25,900 contacts. That means a lot of companies have multiple contacts within the user group on their membership. So you can add other people rather than just yourself. You can get all of your CRM users on the membership. And it does take a conglomeration of users, partners, and Microsoft. So of course the users want to get involved to learn more. Partners also want to be involved. They see the value in this because partners want to be where the users are, and this is where the users are. And we need partners too, because they are the expert speakers a lot of times, and such as the TM group. It's great to have them involved in presenting and sharing their knowledge to all the users out there. And like I said, Microsoft's certainly involved too. So that's a little history of the user group and where we came from and why we're around. So continuing on why we're around, or why CRMUG, here's three different pretty good reasons. But first of all, use a small percentage. That's saying that customers typically do use a small percentage of their software. They're not fully maximizing it. I mean, Dynamics CRM and all software really can do so much. It's impossible to know exactly everything you can do and make it work for your business. So we have a lot of trainings and focus on how do you maximize what you have and really take advantage of all the features and functionality in Dynamics CRM. Also, user adoption is a big one. So how do you get your people to use the software? How do you use the product? Are they still just working in spreadsheets? They're tracking all their sales that way, or not really sharing their information? Happens a lot. We have a lot of trainings and webinars and things like that to get people to learn how to use it. Even executives, how do you get the executive management team to want to be able to use it and hold them to the fire and make sure they are using the software? So user adoption is big, especially in Dynamics CRM. And then the been there, done that mentality. Chances are, if you're going through an implementation or you're struggling with something with CRM, there's somebody out there of these 6,000 plus companies that have been there, done that, gone through it, experienced your pains, and can give some feedback on it and some suggestions on what works well and how you can go ahead and solve those solutions. So that's why we're here. A few different reasons. You can see our mission there too, but we were out there to help everybody using CRM to add value to their software and let them share their knowledge and then be that single point of contact for Microsoft. Because Microsoft wants to hear from the customer. What do they like? What don't they like? And that goes into the future releases, future development of the software. So definitely valuable all the way around on all sides. Continuing on with the why CRMUG, and you can go ahead and be the hero. Be the hero of your company. Be the CRM guru there. The more you spend a little time to save some time. You go out there, spend some time, learn some tips and tricks, and maybe you get to go home on time finally for a night instead of racking your brains trying to figure out setting something up in CRM or making it work the right way. Because we have that community of people out there to lean on. You can see here a picture of some of the CRMUG All-Stars from one of our conferences a while back. And these are people that contribute to the community, take some time to share their knowledge, give back, and we recognize them for that. You get recognized outside of work with all the people at these conferences, and then inside of work. These people are go-to people that their employees can lean on and get questions answered, and they love sharing their knowledge. So we love recognizing our volunteers and making sure that they are they're doing the right thing and they're giving back to the community and all the CRM users out there. So those are a few reasons why CRMUG, and hopefully you guys will be on board with that too. Now, what can you do with CRMUG though? What kind of activities are there? So we're going to run through all these, but bottom line, there's a lot of different ways to interact. Whether you want to do it in person, live, right there, in face-to-face meetings, we have those, or if you'd rather not travel, maybe don't have a budget to travel, there's all kinds of online activities you can take advantage of, virtual trainings or webinar type things, or communicate online. It's another great way to do that. And just throughout, there's a lot of choices for events, and then even more in-depth trainings that we're going to get into, such as the academy trainings that people really like to expand their knowledge and take it to the next level. So one of the things we're maybe even most well known for are the chapter meetings, the CRM user group chapters. So these are located all over the country. all over the world, really. We have chapters, and what they are, local communities. A lot of times if there's a Microsoft office in the area, that'll help, and we'll meet at Microsoft offices, or they can be at customer sites at a CRM customer place. And we'll get together and meet for about usually a half day and just share some great knowledge, some great speakers, and some good roundtable networking type time. And you can see a picture here. I believe this is the Philadelphia chapter from a while back. And it's not a huge group, but it's enough where you can be intimate and get your questions answered and learn from some expert speakers. So that's the idea behind these local chapter meetings. Now we're talking about the United States here, so I just want to give you a quick snapshot of some of the ones in the United States. You can see as that builds out, there's quite a few out there. A lot of you may be in the Michigan area, so you can see there's Detroit and Grand Rapids locations for chapters. So I know Detroit's next meeting's coming up in September, and Grand Rapids is getting there scheduled too. So hopefully you can get involved in that and go attend a meeting and learn from other users out there. And we're going to show you how to get to all that and register for it here in just a second. But I want to show you those locations, and then even expanding from that. Canada has a few out there, so 6 different locations in Canada. And they also like to meet, and sometimes they even do a national call. Well, they have part of their meeting, live in person, and the other part they'll have all their chapters together on a national call. So that seems to work pretty well for them. And then internationally, we have a lot of countries that are active with the user group. Some are been around longer than others. Some are just getting going. So you can see the countries that are involved there, and we're always growing from that. We're always looking to add more chapters. If there's not one in someone's area, we can work with them to see their interest in helping to lead it, or to help to find out, are there enough users in the area to make it worthwhile, and a lot of times there are. So here's a snapshot of a typical chapter meeting and what it might look like. Like I said, a half day, start in the morning, do some registration and networking, and we like to do a member showcase. So we always like to highlight a user, highlight a CRM user company, and let them talk about their environment and how they have it all set up, and how many users, what add-ons they're using, and who they work with, who helped them out with all this, and just some of their tips and tricks and learnings along the way. So always interesting to hear from other users and on how they use the dynamic CRM. I mentioned roundtables, so then you may break out into we call it a birds of a feather roundtable. So you could split up by different industry or different product version you're using, or different just interest for whatever it is that day the leader wants to talk about. You can break up into different groups, small groups. Have some few minutes there, and then go ahead and talk to the full group after that on what you guys found out, and some good learnings from those breakouts. And then an educational workshop. This could be presented by user, could be presented by a partner even, but something talking about some tips and tricks or some good knowledge on a complex topic of CRM, whatever it may be. We have someone present that type of workshop. So that's a typical chapter meeting, and hopefully you can get to one of those in the future. Okay, so now I want to jump in and show you around the website a little bit and how to utilize these things. So I'm at crmug.com right now. So hopefully you've been out here before and checked it out. If not, that's our website, crmug.com. And right now I'm actually logged in. So I'm logged in. I can see my picture up here in the upper right, and it has my membership information here. So I'm with Dynamic Communities, and you can see we're a member. We're an active member. We're a member through 2020. So we got some good time out there, and we run the group. So of course we're members. But the first thing you want to do is get logged in, and you're going to want to fill out your profile. So you're going to see these quick links on the right side here, and there's a My Profile. So you can click on that to fill out your profile, or in the upper right-hand corner here, click on this drop-down arrow. There's also Profile here. So you go into there, and you can fill out your company information, your information. You can import your info from LinkedIn. A lot of ways to update that and really keep that current so people know. You can make it so people can reach out to you. You can make it private so they can't reach out to you. It's totally up to you. But get that updated, and that's good to have, and we'll be able to communicate with you that way and at least know what area you're in and direct you to the right chapter meetings. So speaking of chapter, I told you about that. We're going to look at the chapters here. So on the left-hand side, this Learn and Engage tab, you see a lot of the benefits within here. And the first one that's on the drop-down is Chapter Meetings. So we click on Chapter Meetings, and that's going to take us to the chapters. And you're going to see a nice map here of all the chapters we have with all these blue dots. So we scroll in a little bit. You can hone in on where you're at. As you can see, Michigan's got a couple here with Detroit and also Grand Rapids over here. So we click on Detroit, and you can see the meeting details of the next meeting, so September 15th. And then you can drill into the community here, crmug.com/Detroit. And you can see who's all involved, and you can see their discussions and go ahead and post. You can join the community. So if I lived in Michigan, I would join this and get in touch with everybody, and then I get regular communications on what they're talking about. See the next chapter meetings and even the chapter leaders here. So we have a few users leading the chapters. Adam Rose is one of them from ImageSoft, and then we have Allison from Plant Moran. So a great way to connect and get in touch with your local people. You know, if you're not in the Detroit area, obviously you can pick the city you're closest to and get connected with your community. Okay? So that is where you go for chapters, and we do have annual chapter sponsors. A few of those partners or ISVs that help out with our chapter meetings, so we appreciate that. Okay, so with that, I'm going to jump back in to the deck. There we go. And we'll move on to more benefits of the user group and the membership. So webinars are a big part of what we do. Since it's tough to travel all the time, well, the next best way to provide training and information is virtually. And through webinars is a great way to do that. So we do put on over 180 CRM webinars a year, and these cover about every topic possible in CRM. You know, what's hot, what's happening with Dynamics CRM 2016. You know, and then these are the types of webinars that you can see with a workshop or Ask the Experts. You have the special interest groups, how-tos, conduits, even the partner showcases where partners can showcase how their add-on solution is going to work with CRM. So webinars are big. And within webinars, we also have special interest groups. So what that means is the webinar might be honed to a certain industry or role or something else. So the industries you can see there, like financial services, manufacturing, you can hone in on those webinars. There's even communities you can join, online communities you can join with these certain special interest groups where you can continue the conversation online and reach out and ask questions to that particular community. So just depending on what you're looking to do, we have a special interest group out there for a lot of different areas, you know, even by roles. If you're an administrator or maybe you're a developer, if you want to talk to just those people, you can do that. So another great member benefit of the user group. Also, CRMUG Academy. I talked about Academy a little earlier, but this is our more in-depth training program. So our webinars are typically about 1-hour webinars. Academy, those can be anywhere from 3 to 4 hours or even full days training sessions. So more in-depth, a little more to learn there, and people want to get a little more into it. This is where they go for that. So these are virtual. You learn from your desk still. There's one time a year where they're in person, and that's right before our summit conference, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. One of the big Academy courses out there right now, it's called our CRMUG Administrator Black Belt Series, and you can see our karate guy here as it's kind of a karate theme. But what it is, it's a series of 4 courses, takes you through everything you need to know about being a CRM administrator. And it starts off with the Blue Belt course, which is the most basic. And you move on from there. You pass a test, a lab at the end of each of them. Then you go to the Purple Belt course, then the Brown Belt, and finally the Black Belt course. And once you get that status, then you actually get a Black Belt. As you can see, our 4 Black Belt members here. These are some of our first Black Belt people that received these, and they're wearing their Black Belts, which is kind of cool. We'll go ahead and mail you a Black Belt once you get through that. Now, since there is more to these, we need to hire a presenter, and there's more to these in general. They take longer for these trainings. There is additional fees, so you have to pay a little bit extra for these courses. The nice thing is members receive a 50% discount, like it says here. So members get half price off of these particular courses once you're a CRMUG member. So, and then the Administrative Black Belt Series is another one. We also have a sales track where you can get some sales training, and whether you're a manager or whatnot, there's also those types of trainings out there too. So keep those in mind. Okay, going to jump into the webinars and academy now. Where do you go for that on our website? So we're back to the website. We're on the chapter page here still. And I mentioned the Learn and Engage tab does a lot of what we can do. So we're going to go back to the Learn and Engage tab. We'll click on, we can see special interest groups there. We just talked about that. But then upcoming webinars. So click on that. You can see the whole calendar of what's happening. And we try to have around 15, 20 or so webinars a month to really make it worthwhile, so give you a lot of options. You can see a featured series here on CRM 2016, since that's hot right now. We also have the OneSource here. So OneSource is a name of what we call different series of webinars, where you can just focus on a different series. And we scroll down a little bit. There's a lot of tags. You can click on a tag here to just kind of narrow it down what type of webinar you're looking for. Or you can just keep scrolling and look at all the upcoming webinars. So you can see here in a few days we have CPR for CRM, how to avoid failure. Sounds good to me. No one wants to fail, so how do we avoid that? And then we got a handful of other webinars here. And you're going to notice that if you're not a member yet, you won't be able to register for a lot of these, because most of these are for members only. Some of them are non-members, but for the most part they're members only. But you scroll through and check them out and go on to the next page and really get involved there and get registered. Or you can even register other people. Once you click into these, see the details, you can register yourself, you can register others, you can register others and yourself. A lot of different options there. Okay, so now you say, well, I can't make any of these live. What do I do? Well, good thing is we actually record the webinars. So you go to Learn and Engage, you go to Webinar Recordings, and this is where you're going to see all these live webinars. Well, we record them all, we throw them in here into the content library. Now you can go ahead and watch them on your time, okay? And a few ways to do that. The recently added ones, you can browse all the recordings, or if you want to narrow it down, you can do it by all these different areas. Job role, by series, by topic, by product version. So all you got to do is click on here, choose your topic, and away you go. Okay, a lot of different options here to find the webinars you're looking for. Again, members only can do this. They get access to the recordings. So it's a matter of having the membership to get access to all these, okay? So I clicked on the IT. Here it pops up 205 webinars on IT. So, yeah, we got a big library of webinars here, been going for a few years actually. So a lot of things to check out, and you can go ahead and click into these. You can make them a favorite. You can save them to your plan, so you have them there. You know which ones you want to watch, and then you'll have a plan there, and you can watch them on your time. So kind of nice to have that. Okay. Now that's webinars. Now we talked about Academy. How to go to Academy? So under Learn and Engage, the next one down, CRMUG Academy. So that's where if we want to go a little deeper than the webinars, we're going to check out Academy and how to get that type of training. As that loads, you're going to see on-demand courses. That's actually how our Administrator Black Belt series are right now. They're on-demand, which means they are recorded, and you have 30 days to take them and finish them on your own. So again, you don't have to have either a certain set date and time, which is nice, but you can do them on your time. You can scroll down and see the different those different belts, the blue belt, the purple, the brown, and the black. You can buy them individually, or you can buy the full series, which will give you a discount off of all of them. And you'll notice there's a price, and then there's a subscriber price that's crossed out. Since I'm a member, I get this member price right here, only $319 per course. If I were not a member, it'd be that $638. So that's where that 50% discount comes from. And also I mentioned the sales training. So here it is, CRMG Academy for sales, level 1 to 3. Another academy course here for the salespeople. $297 for members, or $594 if you're a non-member, as the pricing is listed right there. So that was where you go for academy and how to take advantage of those. All right, so we're going to jump back into the slides here. Another benefit of being a member is the magazine. So we have a CRM User Group magazine that we put out 3 times a year. And the point of this is to bring everything people are learning throughout the year and get it into a magazine and get there something tangible people can flip through and read and learn about the members, learn about the new members. We highlight a bunch of members that are doing great things. We do a volunteer of the quarter, who's really helping out, who's giving tips and tricks. There's expert articles, and we go ahead and ship this to all the contacts on your membership. So once you get a membership, you can add as many people as you want, and they're all going to receive this magazine. So nice benefit here to have. And then if you want to look at it online, there's also a link to look at the magazine online too. Now the summit, CRMUG Summit. I've already mentioned this a few times. We haven't even talked about it yet. So this is our big annual conference, and you can see some pictures here from the past. You may recognize the city this one was in. If you see the arches there in the upper right, but that is St. Louis. So we were in St. Louis. That was a couple of years ago now. But you can see the big room there in the bottom left, and just the huge open area. And that's kind of like a general keynote where everyone's together, and we're starting from the beginning there, and everyone's in the same room here in the keynote speaker. And what we do is we start off, we get everybody together, all the user groups, because CRMUG is there, and then we run 3 other main user groups that are also there. And after the main keynote, we break off into our own areas, and then you just have all kinds of CRM sessions to choose from. So that's what it looks like. Just great networking interaction there. And like I said, speakers, there's always a good motivational speaker to get you ready in the right mindset for the week too. So a few more pictures here, but it's really all about community, getting to know people, learn from each other, recognizing faces, and knowing who's the go-to people in the CRM community. You can see some of the session sizes there in the bottom left. That's a breakout session with a good chunk of people there in the room and learning from the speaker. And then, of course, our expo hall. See how people excited are to get into the expo hall. They're waving their hands and excited to get in there where all the food is, right? And the food and the drinks and all the great presenters and sponsors are sponsoring there too. And, of course, a fun little photo booth there to get some pictures taken. But we have, around 80 speakers typically there, 20 MVPs. MVPs are CRM MVPs, as Microsoft recognizes them, the most valuable professionals, they call them. So they're out there, they're known in the community, and those are the people that really want to be there and share their knowledge. So there's also tracks for all kinds of people. There's CRM administrators, there's developers, IT, marketing executives, end users. Whatever you do with CRM, there's going to be some sessions for you, or tracks we call them, to really take advantage of it. Just some quotes here from people in the past that have attended. Someone had said, I was looking for some specific sessions and networking opportunities. Both were more than met during Summit this year. Loved collaborating with experts. I only get to see in person at conferences such as Summit and getting some of my specific issues addressed by those experts. Okay. Another one here, event exceeded my expectations in terms of both learning and networking. I was able to learn many different tricks about how to use CRM more effectively, such as creating dashboards, synchronizing SharePoint and CRM to work together, and workflows/business processes, which I did not have much knowledge about before this conference. These are the kind of comments we get, just hundreds of them after the conference about how much they liked about it, what they learned. Now, that was before. Where are we going this year? We're going to Tampa, Florida. Conferences in Tampa. So October 11th through 14th in Tampa, Florida is the next one. And there are some optional pre-conference academy training days that I talked about. So October 9th, 10th, and even part of the 11th, the morning of the 11th, there will be some chances for academy training. So you can go and you can take those black belt courses. You could take the sales academy trainings. We're going to have other academy trainings there too, and they're actually posted on our website now. But you can see the pricing too for Summit. If you're a member, it's $1,099. If you're a non-member or subscriber, we call it, it's $1,299. Okay, so you always get a little bit of savings there if you're a member. And we're going to show you that here in a second too. But Tampa, Florida, it's going to be great. We were there a few years ago. It's an awesome city. It's right on the bay there. You can see the picture. So it's a beautiful area, the convention center downtown. And we're actually having the opening general session this year at the hockey arena where the Tampa Bay Lightning play. So we've grown to that size. We're expecting 7,000 to 8,000 people. It's going to be a nice big event, and hopefully you can make it to that one. So Summit in Tampa in October. And the next price break, like I should mention here, advanced pricing goes through August 4th. So after August 4th, these prices here go up by a couple $100 each. So you want to try and get registered and get the membership and get registered by August 4th. Okay, so Collaborate. This is our online community, or some people call it a message board or support forum, whatever you call it. It's a great place to go get your questions answered. So you can see the link there. And maybe if you're signed up with us already, you're already receiving the daily digest emails. So once you sign up, you get a daily digest email. It's a summary of all the questions and things people are talking about from the day before. And you can, nice little breakdown there. But you can go ahead and read those on a daily digest email. Go post your own questions, see what everyone's talking about. But I mean, some of the best CRM minds are on this site monitoring this on a daily basis just because they want to. They want to share their knowledge, and they want to be the go-to person for CRM, and that's exactly what makes this community run. So CRMG Collaborate really is about collaborating and getting your questions answered. Now, volunteers are wanted to make this user group run, to make things work, to make our meetings run smooth. We do need volunteers. We need help. It's a group led by the users for the users, so we need people to help out with that. And whether that be presenting at a webinar or being a chapter leader or being there's a board. There's a board for each of our user groups, and you could be on that board and providing feedback and direction to what things are going well, what's not. Here's what's happening. Here's where we're going with Summit. Kind of molding all those things and making them work well. Or maybe you're a writer, you like to write. We have that magazine every three times a year. So you go ahead and write an article for that, do a tips and trick article, and make your voice known that way. So if you're interested, there's that website there, and you can get involved, and we'd love to have you too. All right, we're going to jump in and take a look at some more of the site and where to go for Summit. So we're back at the website here, and we're still on the Academy page. So if you look up here, there's that Conferences tab. So with Conferences, hit that drop down. You're going to see, first of all, the European Congress. That was just held a month or so ago in Germany. But we're talking about Summit here. And this one's coming up in Tampa, like we talked about. So that takes us to the Summit page. Our theme is count in, count on, and of course, count on me. So that's the big slogan, is count on me, count on your community to help you out, which we're going to do. You can scroll down and see all the great things going on. There's a nice video for Tampa and then the conference, and then the latest conversations, what people are talking about. The Summit keynote was announced. We're having Scott from Microsoft Scott Guthrie coming to present on the Dynamics 365, which is just announced and released, and it's going to be even more announcement on it at Summit. So Microsoft is using that venue to really spread the word about Dynamics 365 and how it's going to work for everybody. So we're excited for that. Okay. Now, if you want the event, the actual details, you want to event here. Just this week, we did post the session details or the actual sessions. So you can go in here, can really build out your schedule, build out your plan, and make a schedule of where you want to go for all these sessions. Now, you don't have to register for the sessions. You just have to register for the pre-conference academy training, which you'll see here. But you can just map out. You can see all the different sessions each day. You can build your plans. Once you get there, you know where you're going. You can already be set to go and get to the right rooms where you want to be in those sessions. So, like I said, a lot of different tracks. You got BI reporting, configuration, upgrades, enterprise, foundation, customer care, so marketing, sales, and mobility. A lot of ways to get involved there and attend those sessions. So the actual sessions are going to start Wednesday morning, and then that'll go through Friday. Tuesday is the Microsoft day. So Tuesday afternoon we'll start up with the Microsoft Vision keynote and where that Dynamics 365 is going. And Tuesday night will be the Expo Hall reception. So that's where everyone likes to get together and congregate for some great food and drinks and entertainment, and always a fun time at the Expo Hall that first night, along with all the other times throughout the week too, which you'll see on the schedule. Okay. Now, if you do want to do the pre-conference academy training, well, here it is. Here's the link to the pre-conference academy here on the left side. Click on that, and you can see all the courses available. Like I said, that starts up on Sunday. Sunday morning goes throughout Sunday afternoon. You got all day Monday. You can see all the different topics there, and then Tuesday morning. Again, members get the discount. You can see all the different price points here. If it's a half-day course, or if it's a full-day or two-day course, then those pricing apply. Okay. So that's Summit. Hopefully you can make it to that. If you need to register, go to the pricing tab and get registered there. So back to our website here. I did want to show you the Collaborate community still. So under Learn and Engage, the open forum, we call it, is the best place to go to get those discussions going or get your questions. So you can go ahead and see the latest questions and or else ask your question. Post a new message right here in this red button and get your questions answered. Or you can search and find the type of question you're looking for up in the search box up here. So just want to make sure you know where that's at. And we will jump back into the slides and continue on. So membership, I've talked about that a few times, but there is a full membership you can get. So there's a free option, which is just a subscriber account, it's called. It's going to give you some basic access, just basic things listed here. But if you really want to take advantage of the user group and maximize your CRM software, you want to go with that membership. And there's 3 different tiers of membership that it might cost your company, because it is a company membership, and that's $400, $700, or $1,200 for the membership. And it all depends on your total license count within the company. So you can see the different tiers here. If you have 1 to 9 CRM licenses, you'd be in that small business membership for $400, 10 to 99, and then you're at $700. Or if you have 100 plus CRM licenses, it's $1,200 for the year for the membership. That does cover everybody. Gives you access to all the webinars that we're talking about here, all the chapter meetings, the special interest groups, conduits with Microsoft. There's also the member directory, which we didn't even look at yet, but that's where you can go and search out other people and get your questions answered that way. And then, of course, the discounts to Summit and Academy. So those are all member benefits. Now, today, since you're on this call or this webinar with me, there's a code where you can get 14 months for the price of 12, so a couple extra free months, and you sign up with the coupon code 2016 user group. So 2016 user group will give you those extra couple months. And if you have any questions on this, feel free to reach out to me. I'm just Brian at crmug.com, as it says, or you can sign up right on our website. It's super easy to do. Now with that, I want to leave you with a few go-dos. So number 1, sign up for a live CRMUG webinar. Showed you where to go for that and all the upcoming webinars. And if you can't make it live, go ahead and view a recorded webinar. Again, these are members-only activities, so you would have to be a member to do this, so hopefully you can go that route. Number 2, check out our Collaborate open forum and post a question. So I showed you where to go to see the questions and to get those posted. Number 3, locate your nearest chapter meeting and sign up for the next meeting. Yep, hopefully you saw where to go, and then click on the map to find your chapter and sign up for a chapter meeting. Number 4, join a special interest group. So we looked at the special interest group tab on our website. Another member benefit to join those groups. Number 5 is sign up for CRMUG Summit 2016 coming up in Tampa. So hopefully you're ready to register for that. Number 6, upgrade to a CRMUG membership if you haven't already. Love to have you as a member. Again, it's for everybody, not just you, but covers everybody. So some great go-dos there for you with the user group. Now we are here to help. This is the CRMUG team, the kind of the core team. You know, many other people helping out with CRMUG, but for the membership side of things, I'd be your contact. I'm Brian Erstead. I'm the membership manager. So when it comes to all things membership and what you can do with your membership and the benefits, like I talked about today, I'd be your guy there. And then Tony Stein and Lori Kramer are the program people. So that programming means all the different content and webinars and all the 150 sessions at Summit. They're in charge of getting this set up, finding the right content, finding the right speakers. So they have definitely a challenging role, but a rewarding one when you get to see all the excitement and the enthusiasm people show for these trainings, and when they come back and tell them, hey, Tony, I loved what I learned in this session, keep it up. That's always a great sign. So they're on our programming side. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, anything you want to add to the user group or participate in. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, get signed up. So with that, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you learned something new that you didn't know about. Hopefully you want to get engaged and get involved in the user group. For the user group, the users group led by users for the users. So thanks again, everyone, and we will talk to you later. Bye.